get it started.
Hey, good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on Eye Opener. I'm Layla Muhammad.
Is it Wednesday already?
It is.
Wow, thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Oliver Tull.
Okay, let's jump right into this first story. So a Pennsylvania mom is charged with child endangerment after forcing her 11-month-old to eat only nuts and berries. According to court records, Elizabeth Hawk's husband reported that she had, quote, become obsessed with veganism and would not let the child eat anything other than small amounts of fruits and nuts. And because of the strict diet, the documents say the child developed a severe rash from head to toe. And the rash was so bad, doctors said it put the child at risk for septic shock. You know, so a lot of folks are talking about this story this morning. It does bring up the question about, you know, whether or not a vegan diet is good for such a young child. So joining us to weigh in on this is Dr. James Pinkney. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, a lot of folks are vegan. We have some folks here who've tried that lifestyle as well. So it's not that we're saying, okay, the vegan diet itself is bad, but what are the rules when it comes to a small child?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, apparently the mother was only feeding the infant fruits and nuts, and the most important aspect of a vegan diet is a plant-based diet. So when you're subtracting vegetables, that's a huge deal, and the rash was probably due to certain vitamin deficiencies, and that should be considered child abuse.
So the child wasn't getting certain nutrients that you get from, you know, eating broccoli or eating spinach.
Exactly, and that's the most important aspect of a plant-based diet is the actual vegetables.
Well, I think you do see that a lot in our culture right now. People are saying, well, I'm eating healthy, when you hit on the key phrase, it's plant-based diet. Well, they're like, well, I don't eat meat. But do you eat plants? Do you get your vitamins?
Exactly. You need to be eating lots of lettuce, spinach, broccoli, green beans, things of that nature. And you can start a vegan diet at 4 months. You know, breast milk is the best in the first 6 months. It's great for the immune system. Then you can start introducing soft foods at 4 to 6 months. And then by the time the baby is a year, you can start doing soy-based milk and almond milk and things of that nature.
Well, I think you hit that. That's important too. I think people forget that breast milk is vegan.
Absolutely.
Because it comes from us, not from an animal.
So even with not just children, but like adults, let's say someone else is watching and they're like, well, what about for an adult if they're trying to do the vegan lifestyle? One of the things people sometimes miss out on is the protein aspect. So how else can they get the necessary protein?
Right, you have to go with legumes. So hemp protein, Brazilian nut protein, almond butters, those are great sources of protein if you're not going to eat any animal-based protein.
So you're saying for this mother, it wasn't wrong that the 11-month-old had that sort of lifestyle, but just she was missing the key
right.
part.
You have to be very strategic and plan a vegan-based diet for an adult or a child.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, I just, you know, for me, you hear people push things too far sometimes, and maybe it was because the child was so young, but I think that's bad for even adults.
Well, you know, actually, a plant-based diet is much less inflammatory than an animal-based diet. And my wife and I, we went vegan for 2 weeks, but we were hangry all the time.
Hangry. I know the hangry life.
You have to get your calories in.
Yeah.
You have to get your essential amino acids that sometimes are only found in legumes and not the vegetables. So if you're strategic about it, it can be very healthy and beneficial to your entire body.
All right, Dr. James Pinkney, thank you so much for joining us and weighing in on this. Thank you.